Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your weekend. We also have your Border Busters coming up, but first, our top story. The South Dakota Highway Patrol is investigating a serious crash that shut down a stretch of Interstate 90 last night. Authorities closed the interstate from the Hartford exit to the Montrose exit for about 2 hours while first responders worked the scene. KELOLAND News has reached out for information about the crash and will pass along the latest details as soon as they become available. After hearing from Sioux Falls city leaders this week about the growing problems with the local homeless population, we decided to go straight to the source and ask people experiencing homelessness their opinions about the issue. One of the people we spoke with says that while some people may panhandle for necessities like shelter or food, most of them do it for alcohol.
Do you admit that you do have addiction?
Yeah, alcohol addiction.
Another person we spoke with says that when people struggle with addiction, they're more likely to be disruptive in the community. And when that happens, they say it makes it harder on the homeless population who are trying to improve their lives. Police have ticketed a vape shop in Yankton for selling to an underage customer. On Thursday, officers sent a volunteer into 4 Yankton vape shops to see if employees would verify the customer's age when trying to purchase tobacco. All of the stores passed except for Smoke Break Tobacco Shop.
We need to make sure that people who aren't legally able to possess or purchase these items are not able to do so.
Yankton police say they'll conduct more of these tobacco compliance checks in the future. A best-selling book turned movie has more people talking about domestic violence as the film shares the story about a woman in an abusive relationship. The movie, titled It Ends With Us, debuts in theaters this weekend. We checked in with the South Dakota Network Against Family Violence, who say they've seen an increase in domestic abuse cases in recent years.
I think during the pandemic, we did notice that there was an increase in some of the domestic violence crimes that were being reported in the state and in the country. One could assume that's because people were in their home on a very regular basis, and maybe it was more difficult to seek assistance and help.
South Dakota has 27 shelters for victims of domestic violence across the state. Now, if you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, we've attached resources to this story here on KELOLAND.com. Let's take our first look at the forecast now with meteorologist Adam Rutt in the Storm Center. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Perry, and good morning, everybody. It is a chilly start to your Saturday out there, and while we do rebound through the afternoon, temperatures are still going to be a little bit below average for this time of year. We'll start with a view from our camera at Falls Park, 49 on this Saturday morning. Keep in mind, our average low for this time of year is closer to 62, so this feels more like a late September or even early October morning out there, but don't get used to that. This is going to be as chilly as it gets. Speaking of chilly, how about 45 along the waters of Lake Madison? Beautiful start to the day there. Really, everybody can KELOLAND for that matter, getting in on a gorgeous start to your weekend. But we do have a few things to watch later on. 45 right now in Aberdeen, 46 for Rapid City, 45 Spearfish, 52 in Phillip, 46 for Pierre, 42 in Custer, with 40 still hanging tough for a majority of our East River communities. Yankton, though, at 51, Watertown, Sisseton, and Marshall all at 50. But everybody is also getting in on a pretty quiet start to the day in terms of a lack of a breeze. Notice all the goose eggs up there this morning. The wind overall isn't going to be too much of a factor through the weekend. However, we do have a few opportunities for showers and a couple of gustier thunderstorms. We'll talk about that, and we'll go through the rest of your 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Adam. A 98-year-old U.S. Navy veteran will be among those attending today's USS South Dakota Day of Honor in Sioux Falls. Leon G. is believed to be the last surviving crew member of the World War II battleship. He was a radar operator stationed in the ship's Combat Information Center in the Pacific Theater.
We could hear the aircraft carriers launching aircraft to intercept the Japanese planes. And you could hear all that in CIC.
G lives in California. He's been attending these Sioux Falls ceremonies since 1990. Activities start at 10 o'clock this morning at the Battleship South Dakota Memorial in Sioux Falls with a concert by the Municipal Band Brass Quintet. The ceremony begins at 11 a.m. and features former Lieutenant Governor Matt Michaels. Admission is free. It's the final day of the Sioux Empire Fair at the WH Line Fairgrounds in Sioux Falls. Exhibits open at 10 a.m., midway rides and games open at noon. The Sioux Empire Championship Rodeo takes place in the grandstand at 1:30 and 7 p.m. Admission to the rodeo is free with a paid fair admission, which is $10 for adults, $5 for children, and free for ages 5 and under. Concerts wrapping up the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally include Peach Street Revival at the Harley-Davidson Rally Point, Yellow Wolf at the Iron Horse Saloon, Mini Kiss, Back in Black, and Van Zeppelin at the Buffalo Chip Campground, and Lori Morgan at the Full Throttle Saloon. B. Taylor is the headliner for an evening of free music at Levitt at the Falls in downtown Sioux Falls. The opening act is Ultraviolet Fever. The music starts at 7 p.m. Celebrate the important role that bugs play in nature during Bugapalooza at the Butterfly House and Aquarium in Sioux Falls. There'll be interactive exhibits showing how bugs of all types are essential for our planet's health from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Admission is free. Adam?
Well, if you can't make it to the Butterfly House and Aquarium for Bugapalooza, you just head outside. It'll be a perfect day to be out and about in nature as high pressure holds serve for a majority of the northern plains and the upper Midwest for that matter. The closest anything gets to us is down toward Oklahoma City to the south, Wyoming to the west, and Lake Superior to the east and northeast. Even as we zoom in a little bit more, again, there is just not much of anything going on for the time being. At worst, we have cloud cover down along the Nebraska border. Our Yankton camera earlier this morning showing that, but still, when that's the only bad thing to talk about, we're doing pretty well for ourselves. That being said, however, on Futurecast, we could see a couple of isolated showers and maybe hear a rumble of thunder or two in southwestern and extreme south central South Dakota. But beyond that, a beautiful day to get outside, especially if you're in eastern and northeastern KELOLAND. It's smooth sailing. Overnight, though, out west, look what comes knocking on our door. We do have showers and thunderstorms on the way, and a few of those could pack an extra punch as we head into the first part of your night. Those shower and thunderstorm chances will then spread eastward, and we get that opportunity on both sides of the river for the second half of the weekend. So anybody with outdoor plans, or if you're traveling home from Sturgis tomorrow, you will want to keep that in mind, as it is going to be an unsettled ride home. In fact, we do actually have a marginal risk level 1 out of 5 for severe weather in green from Fort Pierre to Winter, all points west along I-90 to the Wyoming border, including the hills and Sturgis for that matter. Wind and hail are going to be the main concerns with any storm that is able to get its act together, so please keep that in the back of your mind as you go about the second half of the weekend. Temperature-wise, we're not bad. We'll stay cooler through the first half of the week. Nothing too far out of the ordinary, but we do try to warm up a little bit as we head into the second half of the week. Today, though, 70s if you're East River, low 80s to the west. We can call this seasonably cool for this time of year. We'll have increasing cloudiness this evening and into the night. Overall, if you're East River, though, you're dry. Out west, showers and thunderstorms will develop. The rest of your 7-day forecast features a few more chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms, including Sunday into Monday, and then Wednesday and Thursday for Sioux Falls. We'll start in the 70s, but by the second half of the week, as I mentioned earlier, we do get back into the 80s, which is a lot closer to average for this time of year. In Aberdeen, we'll also see a few opportunities for showers and thunderstorms Sunday into Monday, then also Wednesday and Thursday. We'll start off in the mid-70s this weekend and get into the low to mid-80s by the end of next week. In Pierre, mainly dry today. Sunday, though, the better chance for rain and a couple of thunderstorms. Then we also watch Wednesday as well as we get back into the mid-80s by the middle of next week. And last but not least, as we head out toward Rapid City, we'll be looking at temperatures around 80 today, 70s into Monday, but both days this weekend featuring equal opportunities for showers and thunderstorms, though Sunday may feature a slightly better chance. Tuesday and Wednesday, a few more thunderstorms, but we stay in the 80s headed into next week. Have a great day, everybody. For more on your local news, weather, and sports, you can always head on over to KELOLAND.com.